Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the O2ers. After a small hiatus, we apologize about that, but we are back. Life's been happening, but me and Pinto, we are here to talk some fighting games. What's up, and good morning, Pinto. This is the morning episode.
What's up, tGrass? Yeah, this is the cup of coffee, rise and grind episode of the O2ers, you know?
Yeah, I'll drink to that. Hell yeah, I got the Mickey Mouse mug.
This is where the real magic happened. Mine says, I don't speak Icelandic in Icelandic. So that's fun.
Nice. That is a very you mug right there.
Right?
Yeah. So it's been like close to a month since we recorded an episode.
Really?
Yeah, it actually has been because we had some issues with the last episode coming out and stuff like that. But a good amount of stuff's happened. We had a offline major in CEO, which you attended.
I did.
We had some other news happen. They announced at CEO that BlazBlue Cross Tag and BlazBlue Central Fiction are both receiving rollback. I don't even know if Tag got it already or are they still waiting?
I don't think Tag got it yet, and CF is in beta, so you can only do beta on the Steam version.
Yeah. That was cool. We also got that Bikin is coming to Strive.
Uh-oh.
Happy Chaos was released in Strive. What else happened?
Multiverses.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
KOF beta.
KOF beta. There's another one coming to those. Also, did you hear about that like grappler BR that was announced at the Game Awards? That's made by Iron Galaxy.
Yeah, I did. Rumbleverse. I think that's in closed beta, and I've seen a few people like Katana Prime is playing it.
I think it's open beta right now.
Is it open? I thought it was invite.
It's open beta, but I think it's on Epic Game Store.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've seen a few people say like it's really fun.
Yeah, it's like pretty much like a melee battle royale where you can like SPD people and like it seems interesting. It's made by Iron Galaxy, and for those who don't know, they made Killer Instinct. That was on the Xbox One. So
yeah, it's definitely got like the Fortnite vibes with some fighting game heart.
Yeah, that is a good way to describe it. I would say that. But yeah, there's just so much that has happened. I think the big thing to talk about was CEO. We finally had an offline major, which was like when we have two different spots to hit, right? Like, because I was at home and I watched from home, and you were at the event. First thing I gotta ask you is what happened with the fire alarm, man?
So I don't really know. So the rumor is that someone like was just like upset at the event and pulled it, and I guess like Jubele didn't, to my knowledge, reveal who it was, but they had a camera on the alarm, so he's like planning to prosecute them for that.
I mean,
but basically, I like rolled in that morning. I like got my Starbucks next door. I came in with my cold brew. I'm going to sit down to play some casuals, and then or no, I wasn't. I was in the big room watching like Street Fighter 5 or something. And then the alarm starts going off. And then like you like kind of hear it, but it's so loud in there that it's not really like registering.
Right, it's not too loud.
But then the security guard's like, "Yeah, everybody out. Like we got to go." And it's like, "What the hell?" And like I was like, "I'm going to get out of here before everybody." Go out front. I'm like standing around and like everybody's outside. Like I'm like next to like Hook and Chris G are like just standing there like waiting to play their games.
Right.
And then a giant rock, paper, scissors tournament broke out.
I saw some clips on Twitter of that. That looked godlike. That is
wild,
I'm with that. I'm so with that.
You can't see it all in the videos because people are mostly focused on like who's playing rock, paper, scissors, but there were like two lines coming out of that circle, like out into the parking lot. Like
to play rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, like 30 to 50 people in each line just waiting to like go head to head.
Sick, dude.
So funny, man. So I was just kind of like observing the whole time, but like, they handled it pretty well. Like that, I think the guy that started that was TO, so like they were just keeping us entertained, and then
so how long were you guys outside for?
Maybe like 10 or 15 minutes. It wasn't that bad.
Oh, okay,
The
okay.
fire department got there pretty quick, and they had to just like do an inspection.
They
To
just
make
had
sure
to clear the
nothing was
building.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no fire. They're like, all right, well, some dickhead did it. All right, we're gonna leave. Peace.
No.
Yeah, but dude, man, it was like such a great tournament to watch all around. Like, shout out K7.
I was about to say, is it because your main one?
Dude, honestly, it's not even because it's Leo, because K7 just putting in the work, man. He's clearly, in my opinion, the best Leo in NA.
Balled out, dude. He balled out real hard.
And like, dude, he's just such a good player, and I really didn't know of him until Strive, and I didn't know he was an MK player, but like, dude's just like putting in the grind. He's really been doing well. This is like the first really, really big Strive event. I would probably say this is the biggest Strive event so far, and he played super well, and it was just exciting to see.
Yeah, I was really pulling for Kizzy in this one because I love his Kai, dude.
I didn't know he started playing Soul.
I didn't either. That was an interesting counter pick, but like the way he plays his Kai is just so like relaxed, and then he just converts on you, gets you in shock, and like it's just pain from there. Like that was so cool to watch. But Axel and Leo at the end of the day for grand finals, which I actually didn't. Normally I hate watching Axel's, but I didn't hate watching Remy's Axel. Like, I thought.
I will die on this hill, but like Axel is such a cool character. If you learn the cool combos with Axel, he's so dope. Like when people doing like command throw into one vision, like bomber looping them while they're frozen in time, and then like catching them as they fall out after and bomber looping again, I'm like, man, that's so sick. That's so sick.
It is cool, but you have to watch all the Axel neutral that gets you there too.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like I feel like Axel can.
Thanos. What did it cost?
Yeah, he kind of can have lame neutral, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I've seen some pretty aggressive Axels, and like the character is still kind of scary in close range too.
I'm jaded against Axel, so I'm biased.
That's fair. I hate Ram, so I think Ram players eat glue on a daily basis.
How about no Rams in top 8?
Yeah, that's probably why I enjoy it so much.
Ram.
That's probably why I like the tournament so much.
1 May, 1.5 souls.
Yeah, it was just like really fun to watch. I just can't explain that any other way. It really was just like a treat to watch. And even like the DBFZ bracket, like I don't like all like the big hitters weren't like there. Like obviously there's no Japanese players, there were no European players, like they didn't get to come over for it, but like there was still a good amount of like really, really strong NA players from like the COVID era of Dragon Ball that like finally get to show up. Like it was the Dismantle X one, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dismantle X played amazing.
Yeah,
but
he's a really good player.
The player of the day though has to be K-Sack.
K-Sack, that's my dog. I don't know if you watch the podcast, but that's my dog. Dap me up when I get to see you. The Bueller Beerus Master.
Dude, he played so sick, and like he had some big wins, man. He was definitely my player of the day. Adrian Riven also like showing out real hard with the Blue Vegeta team.
Yeah, I don't know if he got top 8, but yeah, I think he got top 8.
He was, I think he got 5th.
Yeah, I'm like, league player can hang. League player can hang, dude, and like he's been godlike. Like he used to join grassroots, like almost 2 years ago. And like, dude is so good at the game and like puts in work. Plays Trunks, bro. Who plays Trunks anymore?
He put Hook down.
Yeah, I know. He's really strong.
Yeah, man, it was a fun time.
It just was like, it's so cool to watch all of this and be like, I have like 4 tabs open. One's got Street Fighter on it, and one's got Dragon Ball, one's got Guilty Gear, and I'm like flipping through everything to like, it's like, oh, this is on break. Oh, let me go see this one. Oh, this is on break. Oh, let me go to the next one.
Street Fighter Grands though, did you watch that?
Yeah, it was Punk versus Mono.
Dude, Mono.
The
reset with thing and
Yeah,
like
so Fung
family
is like,
came on stage. Like,
yeah, the family was super hyped, and he had the narrative behind him and everything.
yeah,
That's why I thought it was super cool.
some pro
Uh,
tag power.
Pro tag power for sure, but I think there's two things that were big takeaways for me that tournament. Is that like, yo, Fung is really good. Fung as a character is just so annoying and so strange, and like even to this day, he has been a base roster character in Street Fighter V, and still there are very few people who know how to fight him because he's such a rare pick, because he's so
Yeah.
weird. And Punk playing Vega. I don't know if you know much about Street Fighter V, but Vega for a very long time has been dog water. And he pulled up with Vega and was playing pretty nasty with Vega. And then, you know, obviously had like the Karine in his back pocket because, you know, that's the tried and true. But
Yeah.
it was
He
just
played
like,
some Cammy at one point too, but I think he played Cammy against. Is it pronounced Fong? I thought it was Fang. I don't
it's
know anything about
from
Street Fighter.
everyone I've heard that it's not Fang, it's Fong.
Okay, well, he pulled out Cammy against Fong to knock Mono into losers in I think winners finals. I know all this because I
Yeah,
wrote all the results write-ups for C or for top tier, and I had to look at all the characters everybody played, so I had to like go through all the top 8. So I have it like drilled in my brain now what everybody played.
Yeah, I think the Cammy is a good pick too, because Cammy's really good. Like I mean, I don't know if you know, but I've been playing like a lot of Street Fighter over the past few weeks. I've been kind of grinding Street Fighter. It's been really fun. I will stand on this hill, and I'm ready to die on this hill. With good netcode, Street Fighter V is one of the best, like a top 5 game in the FGC right now. Good netcode.
It was fun to watch, honestly. It made me want to play it a little bit.
The game is really fun to play. It is very expressive, and like honestly, I don't play too many like ground-based footsie games, but footsies is fun as fuck, dude. Like it is some like weird mental game where you're like walking back and forth. You like throw out that kick, bitch. I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna get in there, and then you know they throw out that kick, and then you just whiff punish them into like stun. And like the BM thing in Street Fighter is you stun them, and if you play a Shoto, you just like Shoryuken 8 times before they get up, just like Shoryuken, and then you just hit your fat stun combo, and you're like, yeah, I did that, man.
Do you play a Shoto?
Technically, right now I've been picking up Luke, the new character. He's like a Shoto. He has a DP, he has a fireball. He doesn't really have a Tatsu though. He's like really weird. He's like a Tekken character in Street Fighter. That's another thing that happened, by the way. Luke came out in Street Fighter. He's really cool. Like he has a lot of forward advancing buttons and like target combos. And he has like this really strong fireball. But I've been playing him, and I played Laura. Those are really the 2 characters I've been learning. Laura it's interesting for me to play a grappler, especially in a game like that, but she's been pretty fun.
Good stuff, dude.
Yeah, I definitely recommend when you get some time, you head up to Street Fighter V.
I won't because I'm playing Plus R and Melty at Frosty, so I have to train those.
Oh,
but
no.
you know, as soon as it was time for me to train those, Arxis said, "Wait, here's the thing," and gave me Central Fiction rollback. So I haven't even touched Plus R or Melty since I got home from CEO because I'm just playing Central Fiction.
I've been playing a lot of CF also. Who are you playing?
So I'm definitely doing a tour day roster right now. I'm in a bit of a character crisis, but it all just keeps coming back to Kokonoe because she's just so sick. And that's probably who I'll end up with. But I am messing with other characters too. I played some Mai. Mai's really fun and easy as hell, which is nice because Coco's a little more complex because you have to put the things in the places and do the stuff. But Mai, you just spear goes burr. So that's nice.
Yeah, that's fair.
Every time I go on Twitter, so like when I'm looking at the character select, a lot of them is just like anime girl with sword. So I'm like, and I move on. And then I see a clip on Twitter where they're actually using their kit, and I'm like, oh, well, okay. Like I saw something from Amane the other day, who's the one who has like the ribbon scarf thing. Like she looks sick. So I don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's kind of how I was. I asked El Puente, one of my friends, or if you know him, he's like a BB head. He's like, yo, BB. He's like, BBCF is one of the best fighting games that has ever come out. And he's like, if the game had rollback, I would play it every day for the rest of my life. And it gets announced, and I text him, and I'm like, dude, how many people have texted you about this? He's like, my phone is blowing up. And
Hilarious.
I'm like, good for you, man. I'm so happy for you. I'm like, but hit me with them character recs when you got a sec, because I'm gonna need to pick up this game. And
They raised the cap at Frosty for BBCF because so many people want in and it was capped off.
that's so cool. Shout out
Yeah.
to, you know, the people who do Frosty.
I'm gonna sign up for it because you know, why not play 3 games at a tournament that I don't normally play and just see if I can go 1 and 2 in all of them. Let's do it.
Right. 1 and 2, maybe 0 and 2 in one of them. We gotta forget little brand preservation, you know?
I did. So I messed it up at CEO because I went 2-2 in Dragon Ball and I went 1-2 in Plus R. So
Yeah,
you know,
I know. I got tagged in that tweet. I was like, man, this guy's we're fucked. We're never getting a sponsor now. What's it? It's over.
it's a bunch of liars.
Yeah, it's just we gotta sign up for like brackets and just not show up so we go 0 and 2.
I'm an O2er in spirit.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that.
I just need the right bracket to put me back in my place, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes that is like the epitome of fighting games is like you go to your local, like whatever it is, weekly, bi-weekly, and like you start going 1-2, 2-2, 3-2 even, and you're like, I'm getting good at these games, man. I'm getting good. And then like, you know, it's like a few weeks where like your good players really aren't showing up. And then they show up and you go 0-2 and you're like, what the fuck happened? What did I do wrong here?
There's one time I went to my local first drive and I got 5th because 6 people showed up.
You
we
know,
take those.
we take those, yeah. I will. My greatest bracket run out of all of my tournament play ever is that one of the locals I used to run for Smash Melee. It was like 38 people, and I was like in winners quarters for some reason, and I didn't really notice where I was in the bracket, and I was like, oh shit. And then I ended up getting 5th in that tournament. I was like game 5 to 5th. I was so close to top 4, and I was like, damn. I think I literally said to my friends after, I was like, I not only TO'd this tournament, but I got 5th in it. I don't think I'm ever going to do better with this. And to this day, I have never gotten better than 5th place in a tournament.
Really? I get slaughtered in those tournaments. I had one I went to, like down in South Florida somewhere. That was like a pretty big, maybe like a regional or something like that. But like I know like Nunn was there and like a few other guys. And my first round, I played a Peach and I was maining Marth at the time. So
Oh, that's a hard matchup.
I beat them and like felt pretty good. And then my next person I fought was a Jiggly, and they just Marth killered me out of the lose. It's like 4 times in a row, and I was like, we finished, and I was like, I had never seen that before.
The puff. Oh, that's the worst with Melee. If you've never seen that, you're like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I was like, what did you just do? And he's like, oh, I did the Marth killer. And I was like, that's horribly specific. What is that? Like, he explained it. Like, for anyone who doesn't know, if Jigglypuff just like, or I guess anyone can do it, but you go to the ledge, you face opposite of it, and you light shield, and then Marth's up B hits you, and it makes you just fall into the ledge and grab it. So Marth just falls. But I think it only works if you sweet spot it, which is what I like to do. Because if you go up above the Marth killer, you can like
you can land on this. You can land on the stage. Yeah, if you try and go for ledge, you lose.
Yeah. So and then you end up in a position where it's like, okay, am I going for the sweet spot ledge and like risking the Marth killer, or am I gonna like, you know, whiff it, go high, and then he can punish me because it's Jiggly and he's facing backwards, which means I'm getting bared into oblivion. So like, man, yeah, that was terrible. I hated that.
I can't imagine. I can imagine. Me and my good friend John one time, we were like watching a bunch of Melee, and we were like, nobody in our region does Marth Killer, and there's so many Marths. So like, we went to locals and we started just doing Marth Killer to everyone. And like, I will also live on this hill. I'm single-handedly brought Marth Killer back to the region of LI. Nobody was doing it, and then we started doing it, and everyone's like, had to build a strategy around it. Everyone was like, oh, you're one of those guys who does Marth Killer? I'm like, yeah, man, fuck Marth, dude. That character is mad annoying.
You need it.
Oh, he's a frustrating one. But like, it's just there's just so much stuff. All right, so for me, for CF, I asked El Puente, I was like, yo, what characters you think I'd like? He told me like Bang, Jin, Jubei, and Hibiki. Jubei is a really weird character. Doesn't have a true crouch animation. I don't know if you know that. Yeah, it was really weird, and I didn't really like the combos. They were a little weird. Jin is just Ice Kai, literally
Yep.
Ice Kai. He even has a Kai color that looks like his Holy Order's outfit. Bang is weird. That is a weird character, dude.
Someone, I feel like maybe it's Krakatoa. Someone's been playing Bang and complaining about how bad their wrist hurt after doing Bang combos.
Yeah, and there's another character named Nato that has like these really cool execution heavy combos where you have to like micro walk or run and stuff like that. I wanted to play, but he was like, wait to see if you like the game first. So I landed on Hibiki, who's actually pretty easy to get into, but is like literally just an Attack on Titan character. Like, wears the ODM gear, has the swords, and
No way.
when you win the round, he pops the swords out and loads it up with new ones. And I'm like,
Oh, that's sick.
dude, this Levi Ackerman, okay, I got you.
You'd
And
love to
like
see it.
has some really cool combos. And the one thing I will say about BBCF is like, dude, that is the best trial system I've ever played, ever in a fighting game. They're hard. It goes through like beginner where it's like, hey, this is things how they link. This is all your moves pretty much, and like there you go. Then there's intermediate and like, hey, this is how you link all those things together. It's gonna be a little difficult, but this is how your character's combos should work. Then you get to expert, and it's like you're gonna hit this motherfucker for 80% if you got to do it right though. There's links. There's like there's gatlings or revolvers, I think they call it in this one. There's revolvers, there's links, high jump cancels and stuff like that. And you're like, oh, okay, this is hard, really hard.
Yeah. I was doing Mize, who's like supposed to be one of the easier characters, right? And like it's like, okay, you have to tipper this thing perfectly and then rapid cancel it. And then you have to flip backwards and hit the like perfect timing to get the charge version of this one because it's the only way to do it. And then you have to like combo and then go into a stance in the combo and then go out of the stance and keep comboing and then finish it with like two more of these. Like, do you know what mine does?
I don't actually. I don't think.
Okay. So instead of having like quarter circle input, when you do a quarter circle for her, she has a command dash. So like forward, it's a dash, and like backwards, it's like a flip into the air. And she can do this in the air and on the ground. But the quarter circle, you can just quarter circle and it just does the dash. And then your inputs are like technically like a Rekka out of the dash. So like you can quarter circle and then light, and she does like a certain kind of lunge, and then like medium's a hard knockdown, and then heavy is like an upward one. So you can like combo into the second. You can flip again and then combo again to knock them down out of the second like thing. So she has that, and then all of her normals have Rekka sequences. They're like strings, like Mortal Kombat strings.
Okay, gotcha.
So you have like moves that are like walled behind hitting the right order of normals. So like it's kind of weird. So like she has a stance that's out of that. So you have to hit like B and then hit B again and hold it, and she goes into a stance. And then there's like some options out of the stance. So like for pressure it's good, but you can also combo it if you're really fast and you are thinking hard. But she's like the easy character. So like this was crazy, man.
It's really interesting. So what I've heard is that Bang and Nato are like two of the really hard characters to get into. But like honestly, if you're like new to this, like it's not like Guilty Gear. It's really not like Guilty Gear. Like even Xrd, it's not like Xrd at all. But they all came out around the same era. Like I don't know. I can't really explain how BB is like. It feels like Uni, but not like Uni at all. I guess like the button combinations kind of feel like Uni, like because like you have like D that does certain things, but it also is like mostly an attack usually, where like D and Uni has like the shield and stuff like that, but does have some attacks on it. But I just think the game is like really fun, and like I don't know. I miss having an anime game where you can hit a lot of buttons. Like I'm not playing Dragon Ball right now. Plus that's a tag game, and like Strive is like shorter combos, higher damage, and like I literally had this conversation when we were doing Guilty Grassroots this week, and I was like, I realized why they're never gonna give Xrd rollback is because I really don't think people would play Strive as much.
Yeah, that's probably true.
And like I know it sounds like I don't want anyone to think that's rude or anything, because I love Strive. I love watching Strive. I've run all those that tournament every week. But I genuinely think because of a lot of people did not get to play Xrd and they are very new to the fighting game community, if they put rollback into Xrd, I really don't know how many people are still going to play Strive. It is genuinely a thing because Xrd is such a celebrated, loved game, and there are so many anime players that are now in the scene that weren't when the game was at its height. That I genuinely think the game would be like very high up in the FGC again.
Yeah, I agree. And CF's a nice little copium bit though. Like you can
Yeah,
get
it is. It is. You're like, hey, like it's sort of like Xrd, but it's not.
I really like the drive thing. I like the characters that have like an interesting one. Like Kokonoe's, you put the graviton on the screen, right? And it's just like a gravity well. So like you can put it in different places and like it just makes people get sucked to it and it changes the way her specials work. Like she shoots like a meteor in the air and like it has set fall distances, but if there's a graviton, the graviton pulls it in. So you can put like shoot the meteor and put the graviton on top of somebody and the meteor's coming at them and they have to just like decide how they're gonna deal with that. And then
Right.
like have you played Valkenheim at all yet?
Which one is that? Oh, is that the vampire Helsing, right? Valkenheim Helsing?
So he's not a vampire. He's a werewolf, and his drive changes him
Oh,
into just a wolf, like Twilight Princess style. And then like he's just a wolf, and you
that's
just
like
have to
the
like shift back
that's
and
like the
forth.
timer, right? His drive. That's they're talking about drive.
Uh, no, that's just a special button. Is called drive.
Oh, okay, got you.
So his you push like the D, like the
Oh,
like
that.
X on the pad,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
he just turns into a wolf, and then he just
That's
has like
sick.
different normals. He's shorter. Yeah, so you have to like do combos.
I heard he's kind of technical because I was like,
He's
yo, what if I want to try this character? And they were like, kind of technical. Wait on that one a little bit.
because you have to stance shift constantly between human and wolf, and like, dude, he's
That's
sick though.
tough. That's
He's
kind
like
of cool.
a
I might mess around with him after this.
he plays kind of like a cracked out Talbane. Like he's got like the charges and stuff like that, like Talbane from Darkstalkers, you know.
Yeah.
And like he like has like similar stuff like that. Like he closes gaps a lot. He's very rushdown oriented, but just like can shift back and forth between the two forms. It's kind of cool. And then I played Tao a little bit, and she like her drive is like a pounce. So like you just have directional like pouncing you can do, and she can like bounce out of it if she hits them, and you can link like her combos are really hard because you have to like bounce the correct ways and like input the right pounces and stuff. Like it gets really wild.
Yeah, I
It's a
can
cool
imagine,
game.
especially with like corner stuff, that might be really weird. Like, getting
Yeah,
certain bounces to get like juggles in the corner.
yeah. It's very very different in a
Yeah,
good way.
Habiki's is an after image. So
Ooh, that's
you
fun.
either can send a clone out that's non-committal and just a projectile, or if you hold forward, he like it's like a clone, and then you can commit and you're in their face, and then like all of his specials with it, it's like clone that like it's like you run forward, but you end up teleporting behind them, and you can launch them into the air. You have one where you send one through the floor, and he comes up and knocks him up, and then he can combo into your other after images. So you can like after image into after image, and then launch them off of it. Character's pretty sick, I won't lie.
That's super cool.
Yeah, and he has like a special where like it's like quarter circle forward A, where you have a few options out of it. So if you do A again, he like throws knives at the ground. If you do B, he does like this like jumping like Vega like jump slash downwards that bounces them off the floor. And then if you do C, it's like a hit throw, and he jumps up and like crows come from the sky and he spinning pile drivers you into the ground. And it's
Cool.
really cool. So like the way his combos work is like you'll like throw out a clone and then like combo off of them, launch them, smack them against the ground with the dive slash, and then you launch them again. And at the you end your combos by jumping up and pile driving them into the ground. And I'm like, it's kind of cool, man. That's kind of
That's
cool.
that's super cool.
It's pretty dope. Like
Oh,
I messed around with CF like a few years ago. I want to say like maybe 2017, like right before Dragon Ball came out. Um, but I like messed around with it with a little bit, but I never really realized how cool it was. But I really wasn't as committed to fighting games at the time. But like this game is like super dope, like super dope, and the online is really good now.
yeah, it's pretty solid. I had like one match with someone where there was like a spike, but it only happened one time out of like, maybe 10 ranked matches online and like several friendlies. So I'll take
Yeah,
that
I
all
put
day.
like 50 friendlies in, and we were playing like upstate New York. We were playing with Floki and CT and stuff like that, and like It felt like really, really good. And I wonder if they used anything from like the Plus R framework for that rollback for this game.
Sure.
And if they did, like, honestly, in my opinion, like, I think Plus R, outside of Skullgirls, Plus R has the best rollback out of any fighting game. You know, it's like a lot of games have pretty good rollback, but like I don't know, like it's the something about Plus R where it's like, yeah, I will try someone like in Germany to New York. I'll try that. Yeah, I'll play it. Like, let's see how it goes. Other games, I'm like, nah, dude, that's gonna be too far. But this game, I'm like, yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, my test is always to. I haven't done this for Blaze Blue yet, but my test is always I hit up George Shkoto and we play because he lives in Russia.
Yep,
So that's always my
Shkoto is a
indicator
good
of whether or not
tester.
the rollback's good. And Plus R and Strive both pass the Shkoto test, so we
That's
gotta see
good.
if Central Fiction holds up.
Yeah,
So
I don't know what if you've played a lot of Strive Online recently, but I don't know. There's been some issues with the online. Like, I
I
just
have a confession. I haven't played Strive since September.
I have a confession. I don't think I've played Strive since who's the first DLC character
Cold Lewis.
before Gold Lewis came out. So I don't know
I
when that
played
was.
I played a little bit when Jacko came out because I was trying her, and then I stopped because I signed up for CEO and I signed up for Dragon Ball. So I was like, okay, I don't want to spend all this time on Strive and then not know how to play Dragon Ball. So
Yeah,
I
I know.
wasn't-
It's not that I don't like Strive. I like watching a lot of Strive. That's why I don't mind hosting it for my weekly. But like, I don't know, man. I want to hit more buttons. That's the problem with that game. Is I want to hit
I'll
more
probably,
buttons.
depending on how Biken is when she comes out, like not that I'm gonna main her, but just depending on how it looks to fight against her, I might try to do Strive at Combo Breaker. But like, you know, for Frosty, I thought about it, but I really just wanted to play Plus R because it's Frosty, and like even though I'm gonna get washed, like I just feel like I have to play Plus R. Plus,
That's
I've
so
interviewed
fair,
Elvin
though.
Shadow, like I
Yeah,
have to play.
no, I totally get that. You know,
And then
that's
I don't know why I signed up for Melty at Frosty. I think it was like the week it came out, and I was like, this game's cool, and I signed up, and now I regret that because I haven't played the game much at all. But like,
yeah.
I'm gonna
I
play
haven't played much
my
Melty.
Aki how it works. But yeah,
I
I'm
haven't
gonna
played
get
much
lost on
Melty.
that one for sure.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
there's too many games.
it's not that I think there's too many games. Is like I had some pretty bad experiences playing Melty online, and like it was a bit frustrating for me. I liked the game. I really didn't like how its auto combo system worked. I felt like it was a bit limiting in itself, and I really didn't like the auto safe jump. I really didn't like the auto safe jump. That was one of my things I really wasn't a fan of. And you know, playing the game online, and it was just like, you know, having people that are like clearly not very far from me, like being like zooming around, teleporting like Sonic. I'm like, you know what, man, this game's cool, but I just can't play it right now.
I don't disagree with anything you said, and I definitely I don't like the input buffer system in that game because I double tap buttons a lot. That's like just how I play games. I realize it's scrubby, but like
No,
in something like
it's
Dragon
it's a
Ball,
Dragon Ball player thing. It's
it
literally a
doesn't.
Dragon Ball player thing. I've been trying to
Yeah,
beat it out of my system for a very long time.
I buffer my inputs and like I double tap something until I see it hit, and then I go to the next input. And like Dragon Ball reads all that, which is really nice. Like I don't mind the auto combo system in Dragon Ball because I'm never gonna get an accidental auto combo. It'll always move to the next link when it's
Right.
time. And Melty doesn't do that. If I double tap something, I'm getting an auto combo. So like I have a really hard time. Like I know my combo and I know what to do, and it doesn't take my inputs the way I input them. So like I have to like wanted to time it, but the window is so tight that it's hard to like
Yeah.
hit confirm and do it. Like I can't do it off of a confirm. So like that's something that deterred me a bit. Like one of my friends was like making fun of me for auto comboing constantly. I'm like, I'm not trying to do this. I know a
Right.
combo. I just can't get her to do it. Like doing my best.
Yeah, I think it was like a layer with the online too. I had a lot of problems with that game where like I would sit in training mode and I'm like, I can hit this combo very, very consistently. Like I can pretty much hit it with my eyes closed. And then I go online and like something would change in the input buffer. I always felt. And like I would drop combos so much and I'm like, I don't get it. I do this combo all the time and I can't seem to hit it here.
Yeah. It's tough, but
Yeah,
for me, it does feel like too much games, right? Like too many games right now, right? Like, let me list you the things that if I had the time, I want to play right now, right?
okay.
Dragon Ball Fighters, Guilty Gear Strive, Guilty Gear XX, Accent Core, Plus R, BlazBlue Central Fiction, Melty Blood, Type Lumina, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Mortal Kombat 11, Super Smash Bros. Melee, and that's not a lot of the new titles that I just listed. And we're about to get KOF 15. BB Tag's getting rollback. I'd want to check that out. That's 10 hands I'm holding up. And that's not counting Street Fighter 5.
10
it's not counting
hands.
10 hands, 10 fingers. Yeah. So, it just there's so many games, dude.
My problem is I haven't felt this way in a long time about a fighting game, but I played the KOF beta, messed around for about an hour. Really was trying to connect with the game at all, and I just couldn't do it. And I was like, damn, that sucks, because I always thought I would like King of Fighters and I like watching King of Fighters, but I just don't think this one's for me. And I think I was like, wow, I can't believe I'm saying that, because I usually buy every fighting game that comes out. I try and buy everything. And I was playing this one and I'm like, I think this might be my first skip for a while. And maybe I'll catch it if it goes on sale, but I don't know, I'm asking on Twitter, I'm like, how do combos work in that game? It's like, oh, you hit a button and then you go to a special and then you go into a super, and I'm like, I don't like that. That's not for me. And then they're like, unless you're in max mode, you don't get to do real combos, is what I've been told.
I missed that beta, so I'm gonna try and play at least a little bit of the next one. But
I would definitely try it, because I was trying to mess around. I might try this beta again too, because they have more characters in there. Terry's in this one, and when I played 13, I was like, okay, I played Terry, so maybe I'll understand a little bit more with some Terry in there.
Terry and King of Dinosaurs are the two that I'm 100% gonna play no matter what, even if they're trash. So
Right.
the last beta didn't have any characters that I was like, oh, I need. I wasn't that upset about it. This one, Terry's in it, so I do need to try it. I'm really hoping they announce Kula at some point. I want her to be in it. Little ice skater girl. She got cool movement.
Okay, yeah, you're definitely you like that kind of stuff. I don't know.
I like everything.
Are you if you had an elemental character to choose, what is your go-to elemental?
Probably ice, but I don't know.
Okay, I thought so.
It just depends. It's so hard to answer.
All right, so let me tell you right now. When you eventually pick up Street Fighter 5, just go straight to colon. Just go straight to.
I was gonna go.
Just go straight to colon.
Ibuki's my other option.
I would say try colon first. I think you would very much like colon.
Yeah, I've watched some colon stuff. She looks sick. But Ibuki just has that that ninja aesthetics.
Ninjas get a pass. They got this special place in her. See, you're an ice guy, but me, I'm fire. I always want to go fire, dude. And I'm if there ain't no fire guy, I'm I'll settle with lightning. That's fine.
Dude, I was having this archetype discussion the other day though, because it was on stream Wednesday. I was playing BBCF, and I was like, yeah, I'm trying to pick out a character, and I'm not sure what I'm looking for. And everyone was like, who do you play in other games? And I was like, well, this isn't helpful, because in Dragon Ball,
you're all over the board, to be honest.
Dragon Ball, I play triple grappler, right? But that's the only game I play grapplers in. In Strive, I play Zato, puppet, pressure, and then in Melty I play Akiha, who's just set play. So I was like, I don't know what I like.
And then you play Venom in Plus R.
Yeah, and I mean he's kind of rush downy set play, I guess. You're setting up the ball.
I would say he's more set play, but kind of, I don't know. Venom's such a weird character.
Venom can be anything. Yeah. He can be whatever you want him to be.
He can, yeah. He has he checks a lot of boxes, but some he really checks.
Yeah, you can zone, but you can also make them cry on.
But
block.
You also can be hold this mix real quick. I'm gonna bounce this ball off the ceiling and get bonked in the head.
Which that's most of what I do is if I get a hit, I just confirm in a dubious curve, set up the electric ball, make them hold that on wake up, and then it's a high low. And that's generally my Venom game plan. So I don't know. And then I guess I like set play characters. I played Gotenks for a while, and obviously he's got some stuff. I suck at Ghost Oki though. That's not why I played Ghost Tanks. So I don't know if that even counts. So I have no idea what my archetype is. I just like interesting stuff.
I think you're. I think you're like. I think you're like, yo. If there's characters in the box and there's a few characters out of the box, you're like, give me that. Give me those guys right out of the box.
Yeah, I like the ones who are just like a little offbeat.
Yeah, you're like, hey, they kind of suck, but they don't. But if you put in enough work, which you know you won't because you have too many games you're playing right now, that you'll be good with them.
Exactly. The dream. As long as the dream's alive, I like the character.
Yeah, like if there's hope to be like cracked at this character, then I'll play him.
You know, I'm betraying that a bit in Central Fiction though, because Coco is good. But Coco is easily my favorite character so far.
Yeah, I mean, but there's nothing wrong with that. Like, my friend Luminos, Lumi is like very similar to you, where every game he's like, I'm picking the gorilla, and I'm like, all right, dude. And then 2 days later, he's like, I'm not playing the gorilla. I'm playing someone like he plays like Zato. He plays like I forgot the name of the puppet character in CF. He plays that guy.
Relius?
Like, yeah,
or Carl?
Not Carl.
Because there's a few puppets in CF. There's
Relius,
it's
Carl,
like
it's like the dude with the little mask. I don't know.
Yeah,
he's like a guy, like an older guy.
Relius, yeah.
He plays Zato. He plays Relius. He plays what else does he play? He plays Karin in Street Fighter. I don't really know what other games he really plays, but those are like the few he plays. But like every time he's like we play Strive and I play Leo, and he's like, man, why do I play this character? I should just play the gorilla. He's like, you know what? I'm going to pick up the gorilla in the next game I play. And I'm like, no, you're not, dude. Just don't lie to yourself. Like, there are certain players who just can't do that.
I can't. You won't catch me playing UI Kid Buu 21. You won't catch me playing Soul Bad Guy or Leo Whitefang. You won't catch me playing, I don't even know I was going to do one for Plus R, but Plus R is so weird.
Order Soul?
You won't catch me playing Potemkin or Order Soul or like anyone
any character I play, you won't be playing. I just know that. I play Leo, fair. I play Order Soul. I didn't really play UI or 21 Kid Buu. I played Kid Buu for a little bit, but
you know what? That's what makes us a good pair, is that we can always train against each other. You can give me the mix up monster character practice, and I'll give you the weirdo oddball bracket ruiner.
Right. Yeah, we always got that training in the back pocket. I'll give you the anti-monkey tech as much as I can.
I'll tell you what's fake. You don't have to fear this.
That is always scary. My problem with those characters. And I'm like, do I respect this? But the thing about Strive, which was nice against Zato, is like, hey, I got 50 meter. Let's find out if this is fake, bitch. You just rip the flash kick, and if they block it, you just RC it, and you're safe.
Yeah, I mean, Zato's a little different now. You haven't played in a while. He's better. He'd be clapping.
Yeah, he's better. He's much better, but you know.
Yeah,
I still think Leo's good, but Leo is different from when I played. He is just like, hey, you have to do stance cancel, hard knockdown combos, and just mix that way, and that's how you just play him. Like, you don't do a lot of run throughs. Like, you just have to play very front side, and then whenever you get a knockdown, go straight to backside.
Yeah, he's definitely different now too. But I played some friendlies at CEO, and like I hopped on the Strive, picked up Zato, and it took me like 3 games to remember how to do anything. And then by the time I did, I was like, you can just clap out of everything. Like, I can clap mid Pierce and switch it to Frog, and I still have like half an Eddie meter. Like,
yeah, it made Eddie meter way better.
So much better. Oh my god, it's great. And like, dude, the pressure sequences now are like crazy. I'm obsessed with whatever dude on Twitter, because he just posts the best Zato tech always. Him and Macho, and like, dude, their stuff is just like, my brain breaks watching them do these things.
Yeah, it's like there's not too many people posting Leo tech, but like, honestly, the character is like, I would say at this point in the game, pretty solid. Like, as soon as this patch came out and like they changed how like air gatlings work, which like honestly has been like really nice for the game. I think it makes the game way healthier. Like, you know, everyone like a character like Leo now, like if you get hit by jump S, like, oh man, you're going for a fucking ride. He's gonna air dash cancel that, and you are going down for it. It is really, really good combos, and they're cool looking combos. Like, I love Leo JS, where it's like that multi hit. It's like an upwards punch with the sword. I don't know. It looks cool to me. And like anything that can go into like wall bounce loops, I'm kind of with.
Yeah, I agree. That stuff's cool.
It's just so much that has happened. It's just
but now when you play Strive, you just have to be ready to get hit with the strap.
So
Here.
some chaos came out, right? And I have not seen much. I saw some tech on Twitter and whatever, but like the first time I genuinely saw him play was when Fashion pulled up to my tournament and played him. And like I don't think it was very labbed Happy Chaos, but like when he got a hit, like man got hit with the gat, like he was just like bang bang bang, and it was doing mad damage, and I was like, damn, this character's kind of insane.
It's tough in these streets.
Yeah, man, like you just walking out with a sword and the dude's like, check out this like demon pistol, bro, and you're like, whoa, where are we going with that thing?
Just got done with Counter-Strike, brought the Deagle back.
Yeah, brought the Deagle, bro. I'm peeking mid, watch out, bro.
Oh,
that op ain't got nothing on. Elfel's got the op, and Happy Chaos got the Deagle, bro. But peeking mid.
And now they're about to put Biken in. Dude, do you want to hear something ridiculous? Okay, so everyone knows why Biken has so many fans. It's not because of her incredible defensive mechanics.
Right.
So
that they don't even know about.
So Biken gets announced. I'm like, oh, I have some old Biken content. What can I do with this? So I go to TikTok and I'm like, hey, you know what Biken does? Let me show you real quick. And I pull up like a little clip of Woocash, like explaining what she does, right? If you go to watch that TikTok right now, it's flagged for sensitive content and you have to agree to watch it. It'll say like, it gives you a warning like, hey, this TikTok contains sensitive content. It's nothing. It's literally just me saying, do you know what Biken does? Woocash saying what Biken does and me saying, yay, Biken. But she's zoomed in. I like, because I had to frame it for TikTok. So it's like zoomed in on her. And I think it's just her appearance got flagged.
It's her personality.
Flagged. Yeah.
It's the katana. It's not anything else. It's the katana.
Yeah.
Or the dismembered arm. Wait, she doesn't have 2 arms plus R, does she?
What do you mean?
She has
one arm. She always has 1 arm. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. I don't know if that was like a
large
other
arm has like the hook thing.
Yeah, the grabby hand.
Yeah. So I'm actually interested to see how she'll play in Strive, and I think that she'll give some scrubby defenders.
I think this character. This is my take. I don't think this is the character to come out right now, because if she comes out, she better come with a huge balance patch, because this character is very, very make or break for Strive. I personally agree. Like I personally think that right now where the game is, it's not in a bad spot. Strive players really love Strive. Guilty Gear players, not all of them like Strive. That's the thing. And a fan favorite like Biken will get people to jump on the game and play online. And if everything else is like stupid and wacky and broken and they don't want to play against it, they're going to play Biken, then go back to training mode, hit some combos, and then be like, I will put this game down again until the next character I really like comes out. And
I don't know, because
scary.
People don't really play Biken.
People do play Biken, but people don't play Biken, right? Like everybody has a Biken. I think Biken in Guilty Gear is Falcon from Melee. Everyone has a Biken. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't feel that way, man. Like playing plus R, the only Biken I've ever fought is Woocash when I was interviewing him. I've never run into a Biken online.
I've run into 2 Bikens. I haven't played Shinfil, but Shinfil is like Biken enthusiast, I would say. And then one of my friends who was like, "Oh, dude, this fighting game's $3. Let me play." He was like, "Biken sick. I'm a Biken player," and picked it up. And then he was like, and he's not even like a Coomer either. He's just like katana. I like katana. He's like samurai lady. I don't give a shit about anything else. I just like the samurai parts.
Well, then maybe not. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, though. I think that it could end up. I'm interested to see how they approach her, because I think she could end up in the camp with like Anji and Jacko, where she's like way different, like similar but way different.
That's what I also thought, is that like, when you were explaining to me with like everything Woocash was telling you about how she works, I was like,
there's no way.
There's no way this is going to Strive.
That's plus R too, and I don't really know what she does in
Extra. Yeah, I don't know either. But if she's even has like 70% of the stuff she has from plus R, that means she's gonna have like 40% of that stuff in Strive.
Yeah, I have to imagine that guard cancel will be super busted in Strive. Like, there's no way that if that stays intact, like I think they'll have to do to guard cancel what they did to Fujin and just turn it back down. Like it's at 11.
They crank it from 11 to like 3.
Yeah, like it's
even though they had to crank fusion back up to like 8, but now it's good.
now if guard cancel, doing a guard cancel wisely to like just get someone off you, yeah. But like a guard cancel RC combo does 50%, like that's crazy, So like that has to come back down, and like I don't know how the curses would work.
Yeah, that's another thing I was thinking about too.
Like that doesn't seem plausible. Tatami is gonna be obviously they have to put Tatami in.
I hope she has real Tatami combos though. Like
I mean, I could see her having like a 1 or 2 loop rep with the Tatami,
like a Leo thing, right? Where he does like the wall bounce with the 5H. Like if she can get some like Tatami into whatever button wall bounce or something like that, which I think would be cool. But like I don't know. I'm scared for characters returning because returning characters give people hope that they will play like previous versions. And so far we have noticed that this game really doesn't play like its previous versions. But the weird thing with Guilty Gear is that if you look at Sign and then you look at Rev 2, they're the same base game, but they play so different in the end. And like we are still in what is technically vanilla Strive. So like where do we go from this? Like all these characters get added and maybe the game isn't fun, and then like what if a year down the line they're like, yo, old Gatling system and damage nerf and like bigger combos. Like what if they go to that like the whole game will change. Like the whole game will be completely different, right? Or like they change how the RC system works, What if RCs were only like 33% meter instead of 50% meter for it? Like I'm just interested to see that these characters come on so early. That's the part that worries me with them.
I don't mind it though, because I'd rather just get all these out of the way so we can get to like the deeper cut cool. Give me Robo Kai and Venom.
All right, I don't know about Robo Kai. You really supporting this Mario Party ass character.
Or come over.
Have you played against a good Robo Kai?
Yeah, I interviewed Dr. Stormlock. He slaughtered me.
Yeah, dude, that character is literally playing Mario Party, bro.
Yeah, but take what he does and put it in Strive, right? Okay, you got to get a knockdown to get a mat charge for your meter. Like that works in Strive. I think that's like a cool thing. And then like, take the level up system that like his meter system where like your specials get better. Like
get better with more meter.
It's Gold Lewis with charging,
Yeah, it's a manual charge Gold Lewis, but like, does he need all the things he had? I don't think so. As far as like,
I have them anyway because no one has everything.
Yeah, the missiles and stuff like that, and like the DP super is fine and stuff like that. But
I wouldn't be super upset about the missiles either, though, because we don't really have. I guess now Chaos, but like, there's not really.
There's no character that is a true full screen threat. You know what I mean? Like Axel isn't a full screen threat, and like even if he does, like there's a way to advance up the screen.
And Axel's stuff is he's committing to like a move when he does that. Like
it's punishable, right? It's not a projectile. Yeah, you can 6P his JS, which is actually, I don't know if you fought an Axel recently. You can very easily 6P his JS.
Yeah, so like I think that could be interesting. And then like Venom, I want his kit is. It's perfect for Strive.
I think I've come to the point where I agree with you with this. I think Venom would be a really good Strive character.
I think maybe 3 or 4 balls instead of all 5. And then like, remove some stuff. Like he probably doesn't need like his DP motion where he spins the stick. Probably unnecessary. But like, give him Dubious Curve, give him ball set, give him his charge moves, and give him like his air overhead move. The dive. Like, you got a good character. Like, dial back the supers, just give him the big ball, and then like the 5 electric sets. Like, I think that's fine. He'd be a good character. He'd be fun. But then there's so many other ones too. Like, we haven't seen Justice since Plus R. Cliff, like,
well, I think they won't come because of
Izzy's not in the game yet.
I don't think that Justice and Cliff will come because of lore.
It just depends on what they're gonna do, though. They can do anything.
They technically can do anything with the way that the story goes. Like, I mean, even if you don't care about the story like at all, but like the whole basis of Axel's like I just travel through time and I'm going anywhere, so he can just be like, "Yo, Cliff, you're coming with me," and just like yoink him to the future or whatever. They can pull that card. They really can. But like, I don't think those two would come. I think the characters that I really want to see next, like I think Venom would be cool. I want Slayer. I think Slayer would be really cool too. Um, I want Asuka, like that man. I think
that's
would be
gonna happen.
yeah. If not this season, because there's only one more character to be revealed now, which is gonna come with the story mode at the end. So Biking comes with the stage, and then the next character comes with a whole story mode, and I think something else, and maybe a stage also. And that'll be it for season 1, which is crazy because like the game's been out for 6 months now. Isn't that interesting? It's been out for 6 months. It doesn't feel like it, but it does at the same time.
I have no concept of time anymore.
Yeah, COVID fucked me up. Honestly. But yeah, I think those are good characters. Biken was not one I thought we would see this season. Truly,
I thought we were getting Jam. I was really sure we were.
I also thought we were getting Jam.
But Jam's in DNF duel now, so.
Literally, bro.
We
didn't even get to talk about that, dude. Hold on.
I'm playing that game
real quick. Did you know that DNF Duel is made by the team that developed Marvel vs. Capcom 3?
Yes, I saw that somewhere. That's crazy.
And I saw that, and then did you see the Ranger trailer? Yeah. My man jumps up and does the Dante spinning guns, and I was like, "Oh shit, this game's gonna be godlike." I know it already.
Based on the roster at the moment, I think I'm an Inquisitor main.
I'm a Berserker player. I already know.
Inquisitor's super. She burns you with the stake.
That's what the axe.
That's horrible. Yeah,
the axe. She burns you with the stake. I'm a Berserker player. I was like, wow, some of his moves kind of look like another pink-haired character that I suffered with for 3 years, and he's got a big sword and a demon arm. I'm like, well, they checking all the boxes for me. I'm right there. I'm like, give him like some kind of like demon fire move, and I'm like, I can't not play this character.
The only thing I don't like about the game is that they named the grappler because people are going to be like, I'm a grappler main. And people are going to be like, okay, like, so you play Potemkin, you play.
Yeah, like, no, I play grappler.
Like, no, I'm a grappler main. Like, just, there's going to be so many stupid conversations because of that.
It's like what? There's Berserker, Inquisitor, Grappler, Striker, Ranger.
Yeah, that's it so far.
That's it. And then they've showed off a few stages with some lore for right now. Yeah. But
like,
I have no idea how many classes, because I have a few friends that play Dungeon Fighter online, and they're like, dude, if they add like a lot of the subclasses, like this game will be really crazy. And like, I also don't know how, because it's like an MMO, it's like a battle MMO, like your character can technically look like anything. So like, is there going to be like male ranger, female ranger, and then a few colors for each, like they do with like Robin from like Smash Ultimate and stuff like that, which I think would be cool.
That'd be interesting. My favorite thing about RPGs is class systems. Like I loved Bravely Default 2 when it came out last year, like getting to do all the jobs and stuff. I love Final Fantasy Tactics is like one of my favorite games ever. So like
don't let Sharpie hear that.
Yeah, I love good diverse class systems. So if they start introducing like the weirder ones, like I think that'll be really, really cool. And like they don't have a mage yet, which there's got to be a mage for this.
That's what my friend said. He's like, I'm just waiting for them to show a mage because I think a mage is going to be really, 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 really fun.
But like, it'll be sweet if they do, if they have like their black mage with like the fire, electric, like ice, like, Final Fantasy style. But then they also do like a red mage that's like a little different, like has some melee to it and then like some wind or something like that.
Yeah,
like, I love like that combo class.
I think that would be really cool. I genuinely think that would be cool. Oh man.
An alchemist like does like status stuff, like that'd be sick. Maybe like a grenadier with some set play. Like there's just so many cool man,
yeah, that's the thing, right? With these RPG subclasses, like the floor is very open. It is very, very open to do anything. Yeah. Which is like super cool to me, at least. I don't know, like it is definitely not like a fighting game I thought would ever come out. But like the more that is getting released on it, like it looks cool. But my main issue, and this will always be my main issue, Arc System Works. Holy shit, your trailers are so bad. I hate them so much.
Jump cuts.
Stop giving me 2 target combos and cutting off the end of their super and then showing their round 1 animation. That is not a fucking trailer. That is not a trailer.
How about the jump cuts? Where they're like dropping the combo.
It's like bang, 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 jump cut, bang, 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 jump cut. And then he's just like, here's my super. And then like cuts it off in the middle. And you're like, oh.
So I don't know what he does at all.
Yeah. You're like, what did he just do? Explain to me what he just did.
So funny, dude. Yeah,
I,
I'm
I
looking forward to that one.
that one I'm pretty excited for. DNF Duel. I don't know, like they said the game is gonna get rollback, right?
I don't know if they said that yet, but it better. I'll
Oh
riot.
yeah, if it doesn't have rollback, I won't play it sadly.
That's
But
the only
like
thing we haven't talked about, dude. We didn't talk about PL.
about wait, what PL?
Project L.
Oh yeah, we didn't get to talk about that. We also didn't get to talk about P4A that got announced the other night coming to Steam. But my quick thing with P4A, and we can move on past this, is that they're not anywhere have they said rollback netcode in it, and I'm like, yo, if people buy this game and it's got fucking delay based netcode, you're an idiot. That's my quick thing on that, and we'll shoot right into Project L.
Dude, okay, I watched Arcane, and now I want to play Jinx.
Okay, I watched Arcane, and now I've been doing my due diligence to make sure people don't play League of Legends.
Yeah, I'm not going to play League of Legends, but I will main Jinx in Project L purely because she was such a good character in Arcane.
Yeah, the Project L stuff.
Dude, that Echo demo, he looked so sick. He's not my type of character, but he looked so sick.
Even the Darius one, Darius is
the combos.
He looked pretty nasty. He was like, here's some like he was the character he used for like simple, medium, and expert combos, and like the simple ones like whatever button like command throw, right? Like whatever, that's like a target combo. And then there was like button charge move command throw, and you're like okay. Then there was like button wall bounce jump command throw wall bounce like command throw again. I was like, oh god, that looked cool. Once into like super, I was like, whoa, that was super cool. Everything looked really cool, honestly.
I really liked Ari's combo they showed where she's just zooming back and forth over and over and over.
Literally remind me of Zero. I was like, this character's gonna have some kind of lightning loop. I already know it.
Yeah, she looks sick. Like if I was going off the roster right now, I'd probably play Ari and Jinx. But Echo would be up there at the moment just because that time thing looks crazy.
Yeah, that is. If you play the game like that, the one thing you don't get to see in Arcane, like the whole point of Echo in League is that when he hits level 6, he has an after image follow him everywhere he goes. And basically what his ult does is like you just hit the button and you go back to where your after image is. It's like a shadow that trails you, and like where you go to and you make like a big explosion that does a lot of damage. That's pretty much it, like his ult. That's his big part of his kit. But like there's a lot of utility to it too. So it's really interesting. And I know they didn't show that in the show. I would hope they have to show that in the next season. But that's like Echo's whole thing. But they did a really, really good job with that, where it's like, you know, you knock somebody up and you have an after image up there, you combo them up there, then you have an after image below you, and you keep the combo going, and that looks so cool. It looks so cool.
My hope for this game, my pocket dream, like I think it's gonna be cool no matter what. I love it's a tag. It looks fast. I'm into it. They're checking boxes for me right now.
It looks like good Marvel Infinite. I know it looks like good Marvel Infinite. I know Marvel Infinite's not a bad game.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I agree. It looks like it's gonna get.
It looks like an active tag game.
Yeah,
that's what I see from it.
My hope is that because it's a Riot fighter, they put Valorant characters in it. I think that would be so sick if they.
I don't know how that would work, but I could see. The only character I could see from the game actually going in would be Jet.
Dude, what about like Omen? Just make them punch instead of shoot.
Maybe like, Omen, but like Omen, I don't know.
He can put on status effects. Like that'd be sick.
The thing is that there's so many characters in League that already do that.
I know, but just like, you know, the cross promotion's there. Like it's got the potential.
Right. They probably will have some like maybe some Valorant inspired skins like
Cypher a trap setup. How cool would that be?
There's definitely a lot of characters in League of Legends that do traps too.
I know, but I like Valorant, so I want it. I want Cypher.
That's fair. That's fair. The one thing I think will be cool, the thing that out of the trailer, like I was like, wow, gameplay looks cool, but when they were like, yo, man, Tom and Tony Cannon, let me say something. If you somehow see this, you two are the smartest motherfuckers in the world. They were like, we built GGPO, the best way to use rollback, but we want to try some server stuff. And they were like, what company has servers all across the globe for a very highly populated game? Riot Games. And then when they were talking about in the trailer how they're going to be using a rollback network through the Riot servers to connect people. I was like, these dudes literally just solved netcode. Like there was some issue somewhere, but they have literally just solved netcode. Like I don't think I genuinely believe, and anyone can clip this and hold me to it. We will be able to play Riot. Whatever the game's gonna be called, probably call it like Arcane Arena. I'm gonna call it right now. We're gonna call it Arcane Arena. That is going to be played worldwide online. I'm calling it right now. You will be able to play New York to Japan. You'll be able to play California to Russia. You'll be able to play all of that. Like I genuinely think the game is going to be able to be played worldwide, and that is going to shake up a lot. Like I'm so excited for it. Also, I hope the monetization model's good.
We're in for a ride.
Yeah, dude, that's the part that has got me so excited. Like, I don't know if you know, in Valorant they have like a League of Legends skin pack. Like one of the knives is the Blade of the Ruined King. That's from League. That's from Viego's sword. And I could imagine like not only would Project L get stuff in Valorant, but stuff in League and vice versa, right? Like like League already has a lot of skins in the game, and they could probably easily port whatever ones they want into Project L, and then the crossover stuff. Riot is like really good about stuff. Riot is really good at forcing your wallet to move. I promise. After playing League for all these years, they're good at that, man. They're good. I can't wait for this game to come out. I want Lee Sin really bad in the game. That's the character I want. I made a list. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick of characters I desperately want in the game.
I don't know any League characters. I've never played it, so I don't know what I want. I want that ninja guy, I guess. I don't know.
Zed, maybe?
No.
There's a couple ninja guys. All right, who did I put in here? For all my League of Legends fans, who did I put in? Oh, there's a character in League that is literally Dante. Her name is Samira. Like literally Dante. Let me explain this to you. So obviously there's four whatever moves in League.
Right.
Her Q is a gunshot skill shot, or if they're close, it's a sword slash. Her W, it reflects all projectiles who go that hit or go around her. Anything, could be ults or whatever. Her E is like a dash through an enemy, and like you get like a power up. Technically, I think you get an attack speed bonus. But her ultimate is where everything changes. Her ultimate can only be cast if she hits an S in her combo meter. So you have to do like auto attack into like Q into auto attack and combo the moves, and then she does her ult and she spins around in a circle and shoots her guns, and I'm like, holy shit, she's literally Dante. Like all she has to say is like, keep it in stylish or jackpot, and they literally can get sued by Capcom. Like it's that close. Like the aesthetic and everything, the level up system, like it literally goes like F D C B A S, and then when you hit S, it goes like ding 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 ding, and then you can like, it sounds like a jackpot going off too.
It's funny.
Yeah, I was like, wow, they really just like ripped Dante and just put them in League of Legends. I'm like, I'm not really complaining, but like if they had like a cool like Dante skin, I'd cop it. They gotta hit Capcom up from that. But there's some pretty good characters that can be in here. Honestly, all the ninja characters can get in. You know what character you would really like? There is this character named Set that's a wrestler, who's like literally whole thing is that he's like a chimera dude, but he's a wrestler. So he's just, his ultimate is literally a running power bomb.
Nice.
So like people, I feel like you especially would really like him. But
like something I'd be into.
Yeah, it's definitely something you would be into. And then there's just like a lot of like wacky, unique characters that they could add to the game that you would end up liking. I don't know. I feel like this game may be very built for you, to be honest.
You love to see it.
We'll see what it looks like in practice. League has so many like wacky, interesting characters. But man, we talked about so much this episode.
Hey, that's what happens when we take gaps. We can't be taking gaps like this.
Yeah, this is the biggest gap. We'll be good. Although I don't know how much more news is going to come out for this year, so this potentially could be the last episode of 2021, depending on how the holidays go and everything. We may get like one more.
15 beta too.
What's up? Yeah, we got KOF 15 beta too, but you know we got to wait and see more stuff. But you know this potentially is the last episode of the year. If not, we'll have one more. So if we don't see you again, hey, we appreciate you. We appreciate you supporting the O2ers in the year 2021, our birth year of this podcast. But I think there's more stuff to come with this. You know, I got to talk shop with Pinto. There's some stuff I haven't told him yet that I'm trying to do, but I think it's gonna be cool. Maybe O2ers in 2022 is going to get a upgrade, definitely. And like, you know, if we both meet up at a major at some point, someone will probably bring a laptop. Maybe we can do like a in-person episode.
Yeah.
I don't own a laptop, but we'll figure it out when that time comes. We end up going somewhere together. Yeah, we'll figure it out. But is there anything else you wanted to get into today? But I feel like we just talked about like everything.
I can't imagine there's any more. I just can't even.
We hit Project L, we hit CEO, we hit biking, we hit DNF Duel, we hit Blaze Blue, we hit I guess P4A really quick, but like whatever. We hit KOF a little bit. There's a lot of stuff going on, man.
I think we're golden.
Yeah, like dude, it's just so many. You know, I think you're right. There's just so many games I want to play. We even talk about Street Fighter. Like we never talk about Street Fighter, but yeah, I think we're gonna wrap up here, guys. You know, we've been chilling for just over an hour. But hey, if you liked the episode, like the video, subscribe down below. Subscribe to me. Subscribe to Pinto. You know, hit us up. If you want anything answered on the O2ers, you can always hit us up in the comment section or on Twitter if there's a topic you want us to talk about. You know where we are. All our socials are down below. We appreciate you so much. And if we don't get to see you one more time before the year ends, have a very, very happy holidays and a happy and healthy new year to everybody listening and watching. Final words for the people. Pinto.
Thanks. It's been a great time. It's been a good 2021.
It's been a good 2021. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And if we don't see you one more time this year, which we probably won't, Happy New Year. There you go. Have a good one and peace.